Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to trim this piece because there's lots of options in terms of what shape you might like it ultimately to design with. And when I make these pieces, I generally focus on the face and then try to fill in around the face with some texture. And sometimes I like leaving the texture, sometimes I cut it out. In this particular case, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, so I just went ahead and baked it. And then I came up with some drawings and some shapes around this particular piece. And out of all these shapes here, I found that perhaps this one was the most versatile because it can still be cut into this shape or this shape. This one has a lot of space on the side, and this one is your basic TV frame. But I think I would like to do this shape, and it still gives a lot of options for the designers. So I'm just going to go with it in terms of eyeing it. I'm not going to cut it out and trace it. I'll get a feel for the clay while it's in my hands that way. And I'll have markings that are pretty much already made in there. Now, this is a pretty heavy-duty scissors, and as you can see, the clay is fairly thick, but it did cut right through. So I'm going to try that on the other side here and make that come in here. Now that's a fairly quick and easy way of trimming that down. You can also use a craft knife. Like for instance right here, I think that I want to trim this a little bit to make sure that that is strong there. Most of these pieces were made to be translucent, but I'm not going to keep the translucency. Now it's taken on another whole shape, and actually that is not so bad. I actually really kind of like that, because if the hooks come in here, there'll still be a lot of design up there. So maybe I don't even have to take that off. Just trimming it that much really helps, and gosh, I'm satisfied. So in terms of just finishing that up, here I have some sandpaper. It's actually a pretty heavy-duty grit. It's 320. I'm just going to go ahead and sand that edge and round it off. Keep dipping my sandpaper in the water there because it is wet sandpaper, wet dry sandpaper. And also keep dipping my piece. And it'll come down fairly quick. What you see coming off on the sandpaper itself is the grit of the polymer. And actually I like to do all my edges this way, not just the edge that I just cut, but all of my edges. And that takes the little points off so that it's not uncomfortable on your skin. And this piece is a thinner piece, so it could actually be used for beading. It could be used for setting in metal. And again, you can continue to take that shape and refine it further. But at this point, my edges are nice and smooth. And I could continue with 400 and 600 grit sandpaper. But for the most part, I think that she's ready to go. Okay, I can send you off. Thank you. I'm Barbara McGuire. Thanks for joining me today.